Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast.
Opinionated Moms.
I'm Andrea,
And I'm Morgan, and we are talking everything marriage, motherhood, and most importantly,
all things reality TV. So let's get into it. How's your weekend?
uh, great. I did nothing. I sound so boring. Every time you're like, "How was your weekend?" I'm like, "I didn't do anything."
That's
Um,
not true though, because I see your vlogs after, like when you post and like you guys go like do your family errands or you guys go to church and
yeah.
or you
I
guys
guess
go
I'm just
watch.
looking for like something like fun that we did, but I took
But
Quinn, I took the oldest to church for the annual Christmas production.
okay, how
On
was that?
Sunday. It was great. Like our church is huge. I think there's
Mm,
like 10, 15,000 members or something. Yeah, I've been going to that church since we moved to North Carolina in 99.
okay.
So like
Wait, 99.
yeah,
Wow. I
yeah,
was 9 years old. That's crazy.
yeah. So that's when we became members there. And then, I went to college and stuff, and I've gone here and there since like college. But since we moved back to here, where
Do
did
you
this
see that?
come from?
Do you see? Who's thumbs up? Wait, what is this?
Did you did you put a thumbs up?
No, my hands are right here. That is,
Oh, it went away.
hold on. When I said good for you, wait, what the? That was interesting. That was crazy.
All right.
Wait,
Well, thank you, Zoom.
yeah, that was funny.
Um,
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, you've been going there for years in and out, and now you guys
Yeah.
are,
And their Christmas and Easter productions are like huge. Like it's like they should sell tickets. It's so
oh my
big.
gosh.
So it was amazing. And now Quinn is like, I want to be in all the productions. I'm like, do it, girl. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love
oh
it.
yeah.
She's gonna keep you busy.
Mm.
Um, My weekend was good. It was good. It was productive. And then you already know because I texted you, saw Wicked, and I have been singing that nonstop on the car. Literally, when my husband got home yesterday, I was like singing to him and like at night. And I was like, oh my gosh, I told him like, don't worry. I was like, I can hold a tune, but like I'm not great. I'm
Yeah.
not great. But he was like, "Ooh," he's like, "You need to work on that." And I was like, "I promise you, I sounded really good at my mom's. My mom has high ceilings, so you
Oh,
sound like you sound like Mariah Carey there."
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I should star on the next one." But yeah. Anyways, it was really good. Weekend was great.
That's funny. I want to tell
So
you real quick, Sage, my little one's
yeah,
obsessed with Wicked now. Like we didn't take her to see the movie, but
I was
Quinn
gonna say,
has
was it too
been,
long for
yeah.
her?
Well, I'm just not taking her because she's two. But
Yeah.
Quinn's been playing the songs, nonstop. So Sage is like obsessed with Glinda now. She also has like this pink foo-foo like party dress. So she'll be like,
Oh,
I need my
cute.
Glinda dress. And she'll
Cute.
just like run around. She'll be like, popular, gonna be popular. She's so
You
cute.
should record her. I want to and upload her or
I
post
should.
on or
I
just text me. I would want to see her. Stage is so freaking cute.
adorable.
Um, that's cute. And who does Quinn like between the two?
She likes Glinda's aesthetic, but she swears she's Elphaba, and I'm like, there's nothing Elphaba about you. Like, you just want that main character energy, and that's fine.
Yeah, and that was crazy. So I'm sure you know this, but I didn't know that she sang that last scene. Like she did her own stunts and that wasn't lip singing and like she sang that. And I was just like, this girl, this woman is like, she can do anything. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just so impressed with her.
No,
I,
seriously.
I, li- I literally went to bed and I told my husband, I go, I hope I dream of Wicked and that I learn like all the songs and I could just wake up in the morning and sing like them. That's literally what I told him. And he was like, okay.
We're going back
Um,
this weekend. I'm so excited.
oh, I'm so
What?
excited for you and I'm jealous. But yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what we did this weekend. And then we did get some questions that people wanted to know that people asked you, which is great. So we're gonna ask just a couple of fun questions here. Um, Number one. Sorry, do you hear the train?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I have a train that passes by my house actually like every 20 minutes. It's loud, literally every 20 minutes,
Like an
Morgan,
inner
like
city train?
all day at night too.
Oh.
But we're so used to it, like my kids don't even realize it.
Oh, I can hear it now. But I didn't
Oh,
know it
you
was a
can-
train. I just thought it was like, I don't know, just
you're
annoying.
like her
So
phone's being
low.
weird. You're
Yeah.
like her computer's being weird.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's train. Number one, how do you keep it fresh with your man? And I'll let you go first.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Man, it's hard, but I like to be like more spontaneous, like random, which is really difficult because he's not in this state. But
Hmm.
when he is here, it's really easy to just fall into like oh, we're both so tired. Like you just drove all the way here. The kids been getting on my nerves all week. Like let's just lay in bed. And I'm like, no, we gotta like jump up. So
Hmm.
it'll just be like real random. Can't plan it too much. And I'm like, let's go. Let's
Hmm.
get out
And
the
is he
house.
always down, or is he sometimes like, no, let's just chill
No,
too? Like I'm
he's
tired.
always down. The only thing that throws him off is if I say like we got to get dressed. Like if it's because he's like a sweats and a t-shirt type of guy. So if I'm like, okay, let's go put on real clothes, he's like,
Oh,
mm.
so he's down to go out and everything, but he's gonna be out in sweats?
He's gonna be, but it's like nice sweats. It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
yeah,
of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
like some like a good Nike sweatsuit or something, or like with some really nice sneakers. He's like
Hmm.
dressed up for Costco.
Yeah. Oh God, Costco. I was just there this weekend. I just want to say, Costco during the holidays, like
Yeah,
I despise going to Costco. I like going to Trader Joe's because it's even when it's busy, I feel like people don't bother me there. But at Costco, I've ran ankles before, not on purpose, but like that hurts. That hurts so
yes,
bad. And it's because I'm always so angry at Costco because I just want to
yeah.
like get out of the way. And I need to ask you a serious question about this though, because are you at Costco? If you're roaming through the aisles, are you like in the middle of the aisle and are you kind of like, okay, well, today I think I might need baked beans. I'm not sure, but and like you're stopped right there in the middle of the aisle, or do
Not
you
in the middle. I'm to the side.
to the side? Okay, and do you take a list with you?
I usually have a list, but I do like browse and like add to the list, but
Yeah.
I can't just freestyle a Costco
Oh,
trip.
well, you
No.
freestyle Costco, you're walking out like $1,000. You're like,
Yeah.
whoa.
I can't. I
Yeah.
can't freestyle. I can't do that in any like grocery store, Walmart,
Yeah.
Target. Like I have a list. I'm in here for a reason. I might go
Hmm.
off the list, but I'm
Yeah.
coming in with a list. No, I can't stand that though. I'm very aware of like my surroundings and personal space, and I can't stand when people get like extra close to me. So I'm hyper aware when other people are coming, not because I'm trying to be polite and like move for them. I'm moving because I don't want you near me. Like go
Hmm. Hmm.
like, but I'm
Hmm.
also usually if I'm at like Sam's or Costco or something, I'm there like when they open, like with the little old people, like during the week. Cause
Morgan, that is me too. When I go to the market, actually though, now I go like Friday nights. Like I go every other Friday night and I've just accepted it. That's kind of what just fits our schedule. Before though, I used to go first thing in the morning as soon as Trader Joe's opens, I'm there and then I knock because I actually do go to three markets.
yeah, me.
Um, and my husband's always kind of like, that's isn't that the most? I'm like, but it's because
No, first of
everything
all, it's cost effective and every store has something different.
something different, something different. But like everyone's there in the morning too here, which is crazy. And yeah, so okay, I know that we kind of we
We veered off.
yeah, but okay, so for us, honestly, I think it's just like communicating with like what we need at the time, whether it's like physical or even just like family. For us, like at least for me, I do need date nights. He does too. We like our quality time when it's just with each other. I feel like when we start doing too many stuff that like we don't get to spend time together with,
Mhm.
we'll kind of just be like, hey, like, we need our own time.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like we just really kind of tell each other like what works for us, what we like. Um, he's actually a little bit more spontaneous than me, if I'm being honest. Where like he'll randomly be like, "Oh, you want to go get ice cream?" Or like, "Oh, like should we order this?" And I'm always like, nah. I feel so lame. And he's like, really? He's like, you're never down. And I'm like, we don't need it. Like,
You're
that's
not
him though.
supposed to need it. It's about your wants in that moment.
Yeah, it's so he's more spontaneous in that way. But yeah, our date nights definitely we like them. So actually, I feel like in the new year, I'm gonna tell him like we need to go on our date night. And he actually told me too, he wants to go back to the movies. He hasn't gone to the movies in a long time. And we used to do that, him and I, all the time.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because I've been to the movies now a few times, like with my sisters, but yeah, he told me he's like, I want to go to the movies too. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I felt so bad. I was like, oh, okay, like
Get
let me
that man a movie
let me
ticket.
squeeze you in. Let me squeeze you in. But yeah, so just communicating with him like with what I need.
Yeah. Nick put
Um
mini date nights on our calendar because he's not here during the week. So we like have phone dates and we'll watch the same show like while we're on FaceTime. So right
so you
now,
have the TV and then you're on FaceTime?
yeah,
Oh, okay,
we
okay.
watch right now we're watching The Ultimatum. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I
that's
never got into that show. But does he like it?
yeah, it's actually fun fact. The reason we felt like we were good to get married because like, we moved kind of like quick, um, was because it was during the pandemic and
Hmm.
that's when Love is Blind got like super, super, super
Yeah,
popular.
it blew up. It blew
Yeah.
up.
And we watched Love is Blind together and we
Mm,
everything that they brought up, we talked about. So it was like there was no topic that we didn't discuss, like finances, kids, religion,
hmm,
politics, like things that people might think like forget about. We had
hmm,
talked about all of it. And we were very like open with each other. And it was like watching their fights and it's like, well, what do you think? And why was he
hmm,
wrong? And why was she this? And da 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 da. So
hmm.
that's how we got into it. So now like that's what we do.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, I haven't watched Love is Blind with Bobby, but he knows about it. I just don't watch it with him.
Yeah.
Those aren't his kind of shows.
Yeah.
Next question. Where do you find time for self-care when everyone always needs you?
Mm. I will sacrifice sleep for self-care. Unless I'm using sleep as my self-care. But I'll either like when I was working, I would wake up like 45 minutes before the kids and get myself ready, enjoy the quiet, have a cup of coffee or like whatever I'm doing. Or at night, even if I'm like super, super tired, I'll always stay up at least an hour, hour and a half after the kids go to sleep to just be with myself, whatever that is. If it's skincare, hair care, whatever, watching a show. I have to have some sort of alone time during the day.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree actually. So I think it's funny because not funny, but self-care for everyone looks different. You know what I mean? Like it could be where you go for a quick walk and you're like, I'm good for the day. Some people self-care is like cooking. That's not my kind of self-care. That feels like work to me. I actually don't like
Fine.
cooking.
I love to cook. I cook and put my AirPods in. I'm like, don't talk to me for 45 minutes.
Yeah, my mom and my dad, they both love to cook, and I just that didn't come naturally to me. But for me too, at night, when I'm doing my like shower routine, I used to watch I used to watch my shows, like a show, because I'm not showering for that long, but my I used to watch a show in the back, like as I was showering, and I used to prop up my phone in there.
Yeah,
Then one time my phone fell though, and like the volume got all messed up, so I don't do that now.
but they have
Um,
those cases you can get.
it's too much work for me, honestly. So but like my nighttime routine, I feel like is a form of self-care for me. So like before I jump into the shower, like taking off everything and then like right after I do put on a show too. So I love that. And then recently what I do is kind of like on my days that I'm gonna be posting, I do get up a little bit earlier because I used to do it where I was posting when like right when I get home from dropping off the kids and then like posting, but you already know how that goes. It's like you gotta like it's a lot and it's like I'm working. So I get up on the days that I'm gonna post, I get up earlier and I'm just up by myself and kind of just have some quiet time too. And then yeah, yeah, I mean, self-care, I feel like it's just different for everybody. And the next question is actually, what do you do for self-care? So other than your nighttime routine, personally, actually, you said something that you'll sacrifice sleep. I've noticed as I've gotten older, I don't want to sacrifice sleep. Like I feel like I need sleep. I know other people can run, they don't need like 7 to 8 hours, but I feel like I would rather do whatever I need to do the next day so I can get a good night's rest. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I actually read that women are supposed to get 10 hours of sleep and
Men.
men can run on 7 to 8 hours of sleep, which is
Oh,
wild because I usually sleep for like 4, 6 hours a night.
yeah. I think I sleep for like 6, 7 hours. So what do you do for self-care? Because that's one of our questions.
So yeah, just like any type of like skin, hair, like I do my own gel extensions.
Mm-hmm.
But I usually schedule that like in my week, like because I don't always want to stay up, doing that stuff. So sometimes like I'll tell Nick or I'll tell my mom, be like, I need this time on
Mm-hmm.
this day to do this activity. And then
Mm-hmm.
I put the kids somewhere and then I just go do my thing. But like I make it a point. So like this is my time. But Nick gets his time too. But I'm like,
Yeah.
from this to this, I
And
don't
what does he do for self-care?
he might play the game or he might like go out with his friends or like go work out or whatever, but whatever he feels like doing.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to give each other like advance notice. Like this is your time frame. It doesn't have to be the same every week.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
this is my
Yeah.
time.
I like that. I like that you guys each have your own thing. And I feel like we do too. Um, my husband, he likes golfing, so he likes to go golf with friends, family. So and I like that for him. I think it's good for like the guy to have their version of self-care too.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like for me, gosh, I feel like I have a little bit of things that I do every day for self-care. I mean, like our nighttime routine. Um, but I guess I used to go on my hikes. I haven't been going hiking lately, which I need to get back into. But I do love brunch. I love a brunch date. Honestly, time with like away from the kids. I know that sounds like so mean to say, but like
Oh,
for me, I do need to be able to recharge. And it's like it's weird because I feel like I do feel guilty, but it's like I enjoy my time. Does that make sense?
no, totally.
I
Because
know you get it.
I felt guilty when Quinn was little, like before I met Nick, because I've never co-parented before. Like her biological father just like doesn't exist. So
Hmm.
I used to feel bad because like I would see other people in like co-parenting situations, like, well, I was the only one of my friends with the child at the time.
Hmm.
But like you see on TV or like you hear about people, they're like, oh yeah, my kids go with their dad every other weekend. I'm like, I don't have it every other weekend.
My
She's
child's with
just
me all the time.
just
Yeah.
here all the time. Like she never goes
Hmm.
away. But and I
Hmm.
was like, oh my God, is this what like married people feel like? Because I was like, your kids never go away. But
Hmm.
that's another reason why I had to move back close by my parents. I was like, somebody need to take these kids. I can't do it. Like all my friends who were close by to like babies, well, they weren't close by. They were, that I would trust to babysit. They were all like an hour away in different
Mm.
directions because Atlanta is so oddly large.
Mm.
But
Mm.
yeah, it was just a lot. But that's why I was like, I need my time. Y'all gotta
Yeah.
go somewhere. But it's the
Yeah.
trade-off too, because like, I have a friend who lives here and she's a single mom and she brings her kid over, I babysit, and then she'll be like, I'll take your kids. And I'm like, great. So like we trade off. I was like,
Okay. That's
I wouldn't
cool.
survive without that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Um, Okay, well, those are our self-care questions. We did get a question from a listener who listened to the podcast episode. So thank you to whoever asked that question in the comments of our video. We appreciate that. But they
Yes,
asked, which franchise group would you want to be friends with and why? And I have my pick. I thought about it. I like went through these like franchises and I was like, who do I think I'd have the most fun with? And who do I actually think like would have my back? And like, I mean, I know all these girls are fake. Let's just be honest with you. They're not all friends. But I think I'd pick Miami because I really like the friendships there that some of them have built. Like, for example, Alexia and Marisol, like they're legit friends, and I feel like they have each other's back. They will call each other out, but like they're friends. And then Dr. Nicole, Gertie, and Julia, I really liked kind of how Gertie and Nicole, they got really close. Like when Gertie was going through like her whole um cancer scare. Like I feel like they all kind of showed up for Gertie, and I feel like the girls like to have fun over there, so that would be my pick. What about you?
that is not what I thought you were gonna say.
Did you think I was gonna say like Jersey or Beverly
I thought you were
Hills
gonna
or
say
Salt
Beverly
Lake?
Hills.
Those girls are those they're not friends on that franchise. Like they're not friends. And I feel like when you have to walk on eggshells and you can't like I love Kyle, I love Erica, but like I want to be able to like be myself and like have a good time and like I want you to have my back. And I think that's
Yeah,
gonna be Miami.
that's
For
fine.
me.
Um, so I would pick Jersey. Okay, well, if I really could pick, I would pick old school Atlanta, like with Nene, Candy, like Phaedra.
But you could pick that.
Yeah, but it would have to be like back in the day, Atlanta.
Okay, okay,
Can't be
okay.
now. If I had to pick one now, I would probably pick Jersey. And the reason that
Okay.
I would pick
Explain.
Jersey is first of all, they have a really big cast. So
Hmm.
you can get along with somebody. And then also, when they argue, they like really argue. Like they don't hold back at all. And I would like to be able to say whatever I want to say.
I'm not surprised you said that actually, because I feel like you're someone you're like, if you're gonna go low, I'm gonna go lower and I'm gonna go all the way.
And we're going all the way. So I was gonna pick Beverly Hills, but I feel like you still have to like hold on.
You
Like,
gotta walk on
yeah,
eggshells. You
you
can't
can't.
speak your truth there. Everyone's too soft, everyone's too nice, everyone's too delicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see you doing that at Jersey. Like just you're
Yeah,
like
it would
just
be
be
Jersey
yourself.
for sure.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I like that. I'm a crybaby. I actually don't like confrontation like that. So I feel like yeah, I wouldn't do well there. I would shrivel up and die. Um, but yeah, and I think yeah, those
What?
are our questions.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say something else.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, all right, for the time being, I had some 10 had some tidbits that I wanted to go over. Some stuff that I saw. First of all, how do you
Yeah.
feel about Real Housewives of Miami coming back? Which I guess since you picked them, you're probably excited.
Oh yeah, I think Miami is, I mean, they're fun, they're entertaining. I mean, I want to go to Miami first of all too. I think the weather would take me out though. Woof, woof, I could not
Wait, have you
handle that.
not been to Miami?
I've never been to Miami. No.
I've been to Miami several times, several enough, like I'm good on Miami. But it is a really good time, but it is super humid.
Like I
Like
thought Nashville was humid and like Miami is like tropical. I know I'm gonna like freaking die, but like I want to go check it out. I've never been, so I want to like go out for a weekend.
it's a fun
But
time.
I'm
If
super
you go,
excited about
I'll
my.
go. You let me know when you're going, I'll meet you there.
Yes, we need to plan a girls trip.
Yeah.
Are you excited that Miami's coming back?
Yeah, I like Miami because they when they argue, they kind of remind me of Jersey. So
Mm-hmm.
interesting. But Larsa can go. I'm over Larsa.
Lars's so fake, honestly. I feel so she from the group I feel like is the one who's actually not genuine. I feel like she doesn't really, I mean, I'm curious to see this season because her and Marcus broke up.
Mhm.
Like, is she actually going to talk about it, or is she just going to pretend like, oh my gosh, yeah, like old guy, let's talk about someone new?
She's
Because I
gonna
feel like
pretend.
everyone, even Lisa, has talked about like her marriage and like how it fell apart, her world shattered. I want to see what Alexa's going to talk about this season with her and Todd breaking up, like divorcing,
Yeah.
which I'm sure she will be more honest. Yeah, Laura, I don't know. Like Larsa's, she tries too hard, honestly. And like, I feel like, I don't know. She's just, I don't know. She's not my kind of girl. And yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I'll say about Larsa.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, New York is almost done. Thank God. I feel like this season has been on for
It's been on for years, and that's how much you guys should know that we don't even care for New York.
no.
I'm watching New York. I'm caught up every week. It's just yeah, I'm over it. And I'm like dying to see like what's gonna happen on this trip where two of the cast members stop talking to each other and that like they're not friends. So I'm curious to see how that reunion is.
I know
But
that Tamra and Teddy on their podcast last week or something, um,
mhm.
they were talking about this doesn't have they were talking about New York when they were talking about one of the girls, I can't remember, like looks different now. Um, and I can't remember which one. It doesn't matter. The moral of the story is Tamra said that every franchise has that one person that has like a huge like glow up makeover or whatever. And she said there was somebody on her franchise that had a glow up to make themselves into her. And I was like, who tried to make themselves
Who
into
was that?
and that's what I was trying. I was hoping you could tell me. I'm like, who is she
No,
talking
wait,
about?
what? I feel like I listened to every episode, Two Teas in a Pod, that I'm like, I don't remember them saying that. I am behind like two, which is unheard of.
Yeah,
But
it was on the very last one they just did.
oh dang. Okay, it's the Q&A that they had.
No, Teddy was just talking about, you know what? I think they said something about New York and then they were talking about Brittany from Salt Lake because have you seen Brittany lately? Like she looks completely different. She fixed her hair. So shout out to Angie for telling her. 'Cause Angie was not wrong in what she was saying about her
Yeah.
porn star hair, but
Yeah.
that's beside the point. But yeah,
Oh
Tamara
man,
was
I
like,
don't
everyone has a glow up, and she was like, "There's someone on my franchise who made themselves look just like me," and I was like,
who was that? I don't know who that is, honestly, but yeah, I don't know who that is.
"Yeah, that was strange." So I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me. All right, talk to me about Melissa coming out with her sprinkle cookies. First of all, they are $30 a dozen. Who's
That's
paying
not
that?
bad.
What kind of cookies y'all got in LA? Because I'm not
Have
paying
you have
$30.
you the cost here in LA, that sounds about right. $30 for a dozen? I mean,
That's
actually, that is that's pricey, but I went to Whole Foods a while ago and I'm such a dummy because Whole Foods, do you guys have Whole Foods?
yeah.
It was like, oh, get like gourmet cookies and get a pound for $15. And I was like, oh my gosh, what a steal. Look, I'm gonna get a pound for $15. And I come back home, I tell my husband, he's like, these cookies are so good. I'm like, oh my gosh, I know. We killed them like in one sitting. And there were only 10 cookies. And I
Yes.
told him, I was like, I think about it. I don't really think that's a deal. He goes, it's not a deal. He goes, but like that's the deal that they had. $30 for a dozen. Okay, that is pricey, I'm not gonna lie. But I would get them.
Yeah, you would get them because they're Melissa's cookies, not because
Uh,
they're like good
duh.
cookies. Like
Yeah, if they were Teresa's cookies, I'd be like, I'm never gonna get those cookies.
I wouldn't get a whole dozen. I mean, I would have to have like real money for that. Like I just felt like flushing it down the toilet money. 'Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way. I couldn't do it. But she posted it and Teresa responded and said, "You're welcome." And I know you don't like Teresa, but that's funny. That is funny because no one would care about Melissa and her sprinkle cookies if Teresa did not bring it up. And you can't deny that. That
No,
is
I can't deny
so,
that, but like I feel like it also shows me to me how I see it is like there goes Teresa, always like can't root for women, can't support other women, like first of all, like Melissa is family at the end of the day for her, and she can't root for her. I cannot stand when like other women don't root for women. Like, and she's family. So I honestly, I'm not surprised with Teresa. Like honestly, she acts like she doesn't care, yet she's commenting saying you're welcome right there. Thanks, Teresa. We all know you're the one who's obsessed actually. Like let your sister and her brother have or sister-in-law have their moment. Like you're so rich, right? Like Teresa's always saying how rich she is and like they're so well off. So let let her just have her cookie. Like I'm not surprised. I'm not
I listened
surprised.
to another podcast and the way they brought because I just saw the one post by whatever like Bravo fan account
Hmm.
posted it. But in this other podcast, they said Teresa didn't initially comment on it, that there were like other pages, like blog pages, like tagging her in it and asking for her opinion and da 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 da. So it wasn't like an unwarranted
And
comment.
yeah, and that makes sense. That makes sense. I just would have like, why can't she just like not comment?
I don't
Like
know.
that's the
Well,
bigger thing to do.
because I would do the same thing in my situation.
That's so funny because I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel like I won't comment because I'm like, doesn't deserve a comment. I feel like I don't want to add fuel to the fire, but I get it.
I think this fire is, listen, we
Oh,
don't burn the world
yeah.
down with their
I
fire.
it would be so nice if right now, since they're not filming, it would be so nice if there can be some sort of resolution between their family. Like literally, I feel like the fans would love that.
I
I
think that
mean,
would come from her brother though. I think like once her and her brother make up, then like she would be more willing to make up with Melissa. But right now she's not talking to Joe or Melissa, so why is she trying to be nice to Melissa? Because she also views the downfall of her relationship with her brother as Melissa's fault. So I don't if from like honestly like I don't see a reason for her to try with Melissa until she fixes it with Joe.
because what would make her brother happy is her being able to accept the sister-in-law because that sister-in-law is not going anywhere. She has been around like,
Totally get that. But
yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, but whew, I get heated talking about Jersey. But we're gonna have to wrap up this week's episode. I like this, asking each other questions. We are
Yeah.
gonna be taking a break for the rest of the month of December. We'll be back in the new year.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, liking, subscribing, watching, share it with friends. If you guys have comments of what you want us to talk about, please comment down below.
Yes, this was so fun, and we'll see you guys
Yes.
in 2025.
Happy holidays, Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.